Hi everyone. Let's see, it's September 21st. About 4 hours ago, a story was released from JPR, Jefferson Public Radio. It says informant was did tip off the Oregon State Police on the day of the arrest of several occupation leaders. The story goes on. The informant that tipped off the Oregon State Police that Moyer occupation leaders were traveling to John Day, Oregon on January 26, according to information revealed Wednesday in court. Authority used that information to take Ammon Bundy, Ryan Bundy, Shauna Cox, and several others into custody after stopping them en route to a community meeting in nearby Grant County on January 26. Trooper Jeremiah Beckert testified Wednesday at the trial of the 7 members of the occupation that a government informant embedded with the occupiers at the refuge, identified as Bundy's driver, Mark McConnell, tipped off authorities about the planned trip. On the stand Wednesday, Beckert identified McConnell as the informant. He testified that McConnell told law enforcement the occupation leaders were on their move towards John Day and provided a threat assessment. Members of the occupation and associated patriot groups have previously accused McConnell of being a government informant. McConnell, who had previously been identified as the leader of the 3%er patriot groups in Arizona, was in the car with Ammon and others at the time of the arrest. But unlike Bundy and the others taken into custody, McConnell was set free. They also go ahead and post the video of his bullshit witness testimony. And I'd like to point this out also, that he was on Sherry Roberts' show, and she says, "Are you an FBI?" Or "Are you FBI?" And he's like, "No." And see, this is what I'd like to point out to everyone. The word informant was never used. Okay? But he was an informant. And just by the verbiage that he used in his own eyewitness testimony, if people go back and look at the Oregon State Police incident reports that they had put out about the investigation and that had detailed the plans in place at the time, I read those extensively, and the verbiage that Mark McConnell was using, you can actually find it in those documents, those police reports and stuff like that. So my personal opinion was that he had to have been there in the planning stages in order to be able to almost verbatim, use the same verbiage that they were using even in those reports. So the guy's a liar. He lied. He lied to the public, and this is why he's been putting down the Patriot movement. This is why it was no big deal Lavoie was shot, because he's the one that told him he was leaving, that they were all leaving and on their way to John Day. So this is why it was no big deal. Time to, put your big boy boots back on and keep moving on. Yeah, Lavoie's dead. Yeah, Lavoie is dead. And you had a big part in that. So I just wanted to give you guys the update. I'll talk to you later. Bye.